Please, ponder this orb with me. As we ponder, some questions may arise, like why is it so lumpy? How is it spinning? Why is it in my screen? Did it just turn into an egg? Before we look at 3D representations, let's define some concepts: the geometry and topology of shapes. The geometry of a shape refers to its positional information, like how large it is, how it curves, or exactly where it lives in space. The topology of a shape can be thought of as looking at how the shape as a whole connects. Things like, how many holes does it have? Or, if it has any boundaries or sharp edges. Or if it's orientable. There are many ways to represent 3D objects on a computer, but this orb here is represented with something called a triangle mesh. As you can see, there are a lot of little triangles covering the surface. How did they get there, and what did they do? Let's look at how we might define a triangle mesh on a computer. To start, a triangle mesh can be defined by a set of vertices and faces, V and F. In our set of vertices, an entry is defined as a point in space, like with an X, Y, and Z. With just a set of vertices, we get something like this, where there are a lot of points in space, but not really a sense of a structure. While it might make some sense to try and combine some vertices, ultimately, it still remains ambiguous as to what exactly the structure should be. The set of faces resolves this by setting the connectivity between the points. Each entry in the set of faces is a face. They reference 3 vertices from the vertex set, making a triangle. The set of vertices and faces can be thought of as encoding the geometry and topology of a shape. The vertices store positional data, and the faces store how the shape connects. But why triangles? Triangles provide several useful properties as a base unit for processing geometry in computers. Because triangles are always flat in 3D space, the base unit of a triangle mesh can have some pretty strong assumptions. For instance, the edges can be ordered to reveal the outside of the mesh. Additionally, because a triangle is flat, the faces can only point in 2 directions. This makes calculating the normal, which is used in things like lighting up an object, very easy. Having a shape represented in a computer means we can more easily apply maths to it, granting us the immense power to turn things into eggs. I hope you feel a little more comfortable with 3D representations and triangle meshes.